Welcome back to Camera West TV. My name's Carlo, and today we have an unboxing episode. So what I have in front of me today is the new SL2, but in silver. And yes, it's an SL2, not an SL2S. This limited edition camera is limited to 1,000 pieces worldwide, and so you have a body as well as two bundles, which we'll get into in a little bit. Got the knife, and cut, and lift. Let's see. Gotta let gravity, oh, there we go. Gravity shook it out. All right, let's put this away. All right, so right off the bat, we have a pretty standard looking Leica SL2 box. Right here on the front, it says SL, and then up here, it also says SL2, and you have the finish in silver. So let's pop open the box. Ever so carefully. All right, so I'm just gonna do this sideways like this. So the first thing you see when you open the box is gonna be all this paperwork. Right here, you have a certification card. Underneath this pamphlet, you have a quick start guide in English as well as other languages. So if you need a full manual, you can find that at leicausa.com. They have all the manuals for all the current cameras, so you can download a full PDF there. And then pretty much you have standard accessories in here, such as the charger. Looks like it's tied pretty tight, but you have a BPSCL4 charger as well as a neck strap. And then we have one BPSCL4 battery in here and the charging cables. So it's pretty standard stuff, but as you can see, we'll break out the camera. Check that out. Let's pull the camera out of the bag. And here is the new SL2 in silver. Wow, it's a really bright camera. Not used to seeing this camera in a silver finish. I must say that this looks pretty similar to the silver M bodies as well as the old R Leica Flex cameras. So you have a silver anodized finish as well as this leatherette that wraps all the way around the camera body. I will say this is probably one of the cooler looking editions of a Leica camera, let alone the SL2. I think the Reporter is a close first, but I don't know. I think this is a pretty close contender for first. And since this finish is an homage to the original Leica Flex SL2, I have one right here. So you can see pretty much side by side, they're pretty identical. Like, look at that. Almost aesthetically, they are the same with the exception of some of the top dials, and obviously one is film and one is digital. And then you can see on the back, so pretty much similar wrapping around the camera body. You can even see here that the top and the dials look very similar. You have the black dial, which is a throwback. Obviously, this is gonna have the film rewind as well as your ISO control right here, but pretty much, I mean, these are identical in size and shape. And then let's take a look at the front. So yeah, the front is pretty identical. You can see right here at the top, it says Leica SL2. This one's gonna say Leica SL2 up here. And then you also have the red dot and then kind of an engraved Leica logo right there. A lot of the placement and design for the lens release as well as your self timer or your function buttons. So the only other main difference other than film and digital is this grip. So yeah, I really like how Leica has reintegrated their heritage into these newer cameras. I think it's very special for collectors or people who are looking for a more vintage look, especially with such a high-tech camera such as the SL2. With such a high resolution sensor, you can definitely get the most out of your images using this camera. Right now we're using the SL2S to film these, but you know, if you're gonna go for image resolution, you're gonna wanna go with the SL2. So in addition to the new finish for this camera, Leica is offering a few new bundles. So first, we have the 24 to 70 bundle, This is a perfect travel set. You have one lens, one camera. You can take this anywhere. It's fully weather sealed, so you can pretty much have this as your go-to kit and never have to worry about switching out your lens. And this 24-70 offers a 2.8 aperture, constant from 24 to 70. So I think that's a great deal right there. And then next up, we have what I think is pretty much a very special kit. It is the 1.2 Noctilux kit. So this one's gonna come with a 50mm 1.2 Noctilux as well as a Leica M to L adapter. So you can mount this M lens or any other M lens to the SL2 and you can have pretty much what I would argue is the ultimate low light setup. The Leica SL2 in silver retails for $69.95 for the body only. The 24-70 bundle retails for $92.95 and the Noctilux bundle is gonna retail at $13,995. So that's $13,995. So that's a pretty big setback, but if you want the ultimate in low light, I think if you can afford it, this is a great combo. Plus, I think it's gonna look pretty sweet on the camera. Yeah, let's put it on the camera. Let's see what this looks like. Let's not get dust on the sensor. And all right, so we have our adapter on, we have the lens on, and you wanna make sure that you have the lens on the adapter properly. I wanna just make sure that's all connected. That's pretty cool. I think right there you have a pretty classic looking setup. So as you can see, mounting an M lens on the SL2 bodies is gonna give you a much lower profile setup. It's definitely much more compact compared to having a zoom lens on there. Even the APO lenses or the new Summicron lenses are a little bit beefier than an M lens. So, you know, the ability of having this M to L adapter, whether you get this bundle or if you buy it separately, I think you can have more versatility. Plus you can mount R lenses to this camera if you buy the R to L adapter. So you have pretty much access to a lineage of Leica optics, probably starting from the very beginning. So if you have any screw mount lenses, M lenses, any type of vintage optic, you can mount that on this camera, and you can also go upwards towards the cinema line and mount a PL mount. So the SL2 I think is a very versatile camera for stills and for video. And if you haven't seen how we film these videos, you can check out our filming with the SL2S video right above. And don't forget to check out our thumbprints and signatures episode with the 51.0 Noctilux. I pretty much use a similar setup to this, just with the 1.0 Noctilux, and you can see how vintage optics work really well on a modern high-resolution sensor. Well, this wraps up this unboxing episode. I hope you enjoyed getting a look at the new SL2 in silver. And let me just bring this back on screen. I think it's really cool that Leica is incorporating their past heritage and designs into newer bodies. I mean, the resemblance is pretty uncanny. The only difference is film and digital. Let me know down in the comments what you think of the new Leica SL2 in silver, and let me know what you'd like to see for future thumbprints and signatures, or if you have any future requests for any kinds of Leica related content. And don't forget to check out LeicaStoreSF.com and CameraWest.com for all your pre-owned and new camera needs. And links to this camera as well as the bundles and pre-owned product will be down below in the description. So be sure to check those out. And who knows, you might find a cool vintage product from 1974, maybe even older. So don't forget to check out those links, and I'll see you next time.